Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Cross. And Dini had a bonus. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, the rain has finally stopped where I am anyway. I don't know about where you guys are, but what a hell of a few days and what a trip our mighty Sky Blue Army had yesterday, all the way down to Plymouth and back. I think it was something like 439-mile round trip. So congratulations to the travelling Sky Blue Army. You were absolutely brilliant. And all we could hear on the TV was you guys singing. So well done. Absolutely so proud of you all. Well done, everyone. Absolutely brilliant. So great stuff. We've got a packed show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Plymouth last night. We've got a Stoke fan coming on to talk to us about Stoke this weekend. And we've got Spot the Ball as well. And it's a tricky one this week, I will say. It is a very tricky one. Before we get the show under go, we have the statue appeal for George and John. Now, someone got in touch with me this week on YouTube and said, why don't we do an appeal to put 1987, so £19.87 towards the appeal? That's quite a good shout, actually. I can't remember who it was. It was I did ask them to return my comments, but they didn't get back in touch. So if you are listening, if you do want to donate, £19.87, absolutely cracking, or £5, whatever you want to put in. It's less than a pint at the game, so please do that if you can. Also, the club have announced tonight that there is a George and John golf day, and that is going to be at Stoneleigh Deer Park on Thursday, the 9th of May. So you can get yourselves booked in on that. There'll be some of the 87 FA Cup team there as well, and you'll be able to have a little chat with them and have a round of golf with them and just have a good laugh with them. So if you want to get in touch with the club or get in touch with the Sky Blues in the community, then please do. And you can go and join that golf day. I think that'd be fantastic if you play golf. I don't play golf, so it'd be a bit difficult for me to have a go at that. Anyway, let's get the show on the go. And we've got a couple of guests coming on tonight. And Vicky's going to be joining us as well. So let's get our first chap on. And he wants to say something to you all. So let's introduce Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening, everyone. Evening, Miles. You all right, mate?
All good, mate. All good. Bit tired. It's been a long week, really, this week. It's dragged on a bit for some reason. I don't know if it's because I didn't go to the game yesterday, but it just seemed to drag on a little bit this week. So I'm glad it's Friday tomorrow.
Well, I'd like to start the show by making an apology, actually, because I posted something on Facebook yesterday, which was it was in jest and it wasn't meant to cause any harm to anyone, and it's probably a bit childish, and at my age I should know better. So I just want to sincerely apologize for the insensitive joke I made online regarding diversity. It was inappropriate, disrespectful, and I deeply regret my actions. I understand the importance of promoting inclusivity and respect for all individuals, and I failed to uphold those values with the comments. I'm committed to learning from the mistake and being more mindful of the impact of words in the future. I'm truly sorry for any harm or offence I may have caused. I'd just like to add to that was me being a fool and nothing to do with this channel whatsoever. And it's from my private account, whatever. And it was very childish. I would just like to say the person who made it public, and I just wish he'd have contacted me actually first and told me that I shouldn't have done it. It had been taken down straight away, and that would have made things a little bit better. Yeah, I'm really sorry for it, and won't happen again.
Thank you very much, Claudia. It's lovely of you. It's a very nice apology. Thank you so much. And we're going to bring in Victoria. Good evening, Victoria.
Evening, Miles. You all right?
I'm all good. Are you all right?
Yeah, just a bit Just back from work already now to have a chat with you guys.
Brilliant. And we've got Luke Carter. Good evening, Luke.
You all right,
mate? You all right? All good?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. Now, listen, the George and John fundraising so far is up to £22,226. So another 65,000 to go. I'm sure we can get there. So, as I say, if you do want to get involved and get a donation in, please do. Link is in the description, and you're more than welcome to click on that link. Also, there is buy a coffee link on there as well. So if you want to buy us a coffee, then please do. Now, before we start and talk about last night, I want to bring this one up. Sakamoto got an elbow in the face last weekend. We thought nothing would be done of it. And look at that. Joe Bryan has been charged by the FA for violent conduct during Sunday's fixture at Coventry City and has been handed a 3-match suspension in effect from tonight. So that was last night. Vicky, justice done there?
Definitely. I still don't really understand why nothing happened with the Sheffield Wednesday, man. It seems a crazy rule that if the ref's seen it but misjudged it, that they can't go back and retrospectively deal with that. But yeah, at least that one's been picked up in action, and hopefully make players give it a second thought before they start dishing out that type of tackle or sort of assault.
Yeah, definitely. Luke, the right decision there, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. You read his statement, he seems like a wholeheartedly apology. Do you know what I mean? For me, he still tries to give an excuse as to what happened, which was slightly different from what we all saw. But I accept the 3-match ban. I don't think he had a choice. But hopefully now it might deter others, from doing it. It's just not. It's not football. It's not sport, and it's not human, is it?
No. And Claudio, do you think that had an effect that Sakamoto didn't start last night because of that?
Oh, the poor guy must be covered in bruises. There's only so much your body can take. I think some of our fans need to realise these are human beings, aren't they? And he's took a batter in the last few weeks. I mean, some of the tackles are terrible. Yeah, I was surprised he played against Millwall, to be honest. But the trouble is, he was missed last night, wasn't he?
He was, and we'll come to that very shortly. Now, listen, I want to put a shout out to the club because please let Josh Eccles wear this shirt because I'm still getting confused with the two players on the pitch. 100 appearances for Josh Eccles. Fantastic. Well done, Josh. Brilliant stuff. He's one of our own, and he's going to be at the Sky Blue Tavern next week, which is going to be a fantastic evening. And we're going to get to interview him. So I'm really looking forward to that. 100. Can we have that on his shirt, do you reckon, everyone? So we can figure out who's who, because Torp and him, they stood off. I still say it. They look alike, don't they? Even
Definitely.
the commentator last night got it wrong, although it was foggy. I let him off.
Although Josh looks a bit like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, doesn't he? Don't you reckon?
There he is.
He does, doesn't he?
Good old Josh Eccles, 100 appearances. Isn't that fantastic, isn't it, really, when you think about it? I mean, there he is, playing for us when we won League One, look, in the old kit there. And, it's just a fantastic achievement by him. So, congratulations, Josh.
I'd have done anything just to play one game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just unbelievable. Now, listen, let's get on to last night. We watched it on the television. If anyone out there that's watching and went to the game, please get in touch, message us, get in touch with us. We'd love to know what it was like while you were there. Unfortunately, due to health reasons, I can't go to these long distance ones midweek anymore, and I'm really sorry because I wish I could have been there with the mighty travelling Sky Blue. But let's get a couple of pictures up. Now, this was the scene outside the ground. It was all foggy. There you go, before kick-off. There's the rebuilt stand. It's a listed building. What else we got? There's another one here outside. There you go. That's going round to the away end there. And inside the ground as well, you can see a little bit of mist or fog, whatever you want to say that is. It's probably more fog than anything. And it looked like from the stands that the fans could see what was going on. But on the TV, guys, it was awful, wasn't it, Vic? You couldn't see anything, could you? She gone frozen. Vic, you couldn't see anything, could you?
You couldn't. I was like, where's the ball gone? Who's got it?
It was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. We've lost you, Vic. We've lost you.
I'd like to know what's better, Sky Red Button or iFollow, because I watched the Sky Red Button and there's no replays. But it was absolute nightmare because, like all the goals, there's no replays. So you don't know how if you leant forward to pick your cup of coffee up and you miss the goal, that's it. You don't get another look at it. So yeah, it's really weird. And then iFollow, it's sometimes it can be intermittent, can't it? You don't know what you're going to get. So, but yeah, it was weird when you looked across the pitch, and we were communicating, weren't we? Going, where's the ball?
Yeah, where's the ball? We couldn't see it. I mean, it was. I mean, second half, the vision was terrible on the television. I don't know how the commentator. All I could hear was the commentators talking about the players and who's got the ball, and you're like, oh, he's giving the ball away, and you think, well, where is the ball? Wouldn't it? It was like that, wasn't
it? Where is it? And then you can only tell because the cameraman started panning towards one goal. Oh, they're attacking, panning back again. Oh, we're attacking. Like, oh, dear.
I mean, it was dreadful. I mean, Luke, you I know where you were last night, but we'll pretend you watched it. But do you reckon the weather with the fog? Do you reckon the weather with the fog would have had an impact on how the goals were scored last night? I think it definitely did.
Well, low level. That's why, like, you look at the camera view from that took the picture of the away fans. They're at low level. So depending on, because obviously I didn't see the game, but depending on where the cameraman's filming from, if he's filming from high up, that fog layer would have been thicker at the top than what it would have been at the bottom. So yeah, that's probably why on TV it looked really bad, but sort of ground level. But it moves. We all know it moves. So I think if it had dropped, then yeah, it's almost impossible, isn't it? You know, depends on what the visibility was, how many meters and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, don't get me started on fog, mate.
and I mean, yeah, I mean, as we were looking at it, but when you're seeing the photos in the crowd of the pitch, they could see it. They could see the whole game, and it was going along. Now let's talk about the. We got our Stoke fan waiting in the wings to come on later on. Let's talk about the big incident in the first half, Claudio. Matty Goddard.
Oh, yeah. I feel sorry for him. I want Matty Godden to score so badly. You know, I like him. He's been great for this club. And yet again, that looked like another game, almost like a step too far. And he looks so disconsolate, doesn't he? You can see when he missed it. And in the second half, he had a chance as well. Head down. He's not happy, is he? Not happy at all. And I just wanted him to score. Was he offside or not? That's what I don't know, because there was no replays on Sky. So.
I've watched it over and over again today. They thought that Bidwell was offside, but he was nowhere near offside. Right. When I watched it a couple of times, and then Bidwell played it back, so he's not offside. So
I could see what he's trying to do. He was trying to head it into that far corner, wasn't he? But he got it so wrong, didn't he? So wrong. Yeah, and it's a chance that Haji Wright put away at the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Vic. I mean, you don't see Godden miss them, do you?
That's the thing, isn't it? Unfortunately, I think I don't think the way we play suits him anymore. And unfortunately, I can't see him lasting past this season because we've moved on to a different way of playing, and it doesn't really suit his game. But what you could always rely on him for was scoring the chances if he ever got them, and even that's like deserted him at the moment, and that's the problem, isn't it? Because even if he'd done nothing else but score the two chances he had yesterday, that would have justified him being on the pitch. There's lots of strikers that do very little other than score a few goals. So, but the fact that he can't even do that at the moment is a bit of a disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Luke, I mean, it was got to be the miss of the season, that, hasn't it?
They must spot the ball, spot the goal. Yeah. Normally on his day, they put that in the back. I think anyone could probably put that in the back of the net, especially from his position. But
Yeah.
I think he's like Vicky said. I think when we're not playing his style. Maybe that's having an effect on him. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Gordon and always have been. So, but I think he'll go at the end of the season. For me as well, he's clinical, but I don't think he's physical enough. You know, how many times we see him, it takes a little bit of a touch and he's bullied off the ball easy, especially when you think of the likes of Big Vic. It's hard to get the ball off him. So,
yeah. Now, listen, you mentioned spot the ball. Shall we do it? Shall we have a go on spot the ball? And then we get some comments coming in as well, Claudia, if you can, after this.
Can you do the writing? Vicky, you got a pen, have you, and a paper?
You got pen and paper, Vic. Right, here we go. Are you ready?
I can't do both.
I love this one this week. I said the other night this is going to be a tough one, and it is going to be a tough one. Are you ready? There you go.
I was behind you then.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you should know it. You should know this. You were there. Where is it? Where's the ball, guys? Have a little guess. Have a guess. Where do you think it is?
It's got to be 2 because that's where the cone is. Surely, he's playing games.
7.
2. You go for number 7, Luke?
Yeah.
What did you say, Claudio? 2?
I reckon there's 2 balls.
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going.
Vicky? I'll go on, Claudio.
7. I'm going 17 and 4. It could be number 4. Just
17 and number 4. Okie dokie. And Vicky?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Right. Okie dokie. There's your guesses. We'll get the guess off our state fan Liam when he comes on. So we'll crack on with that. So get your guesses in. Have we got some guesses coming in? Have we, guys? Have we got some guesses?
Yeah. So I'll wrap the comments up.
Yeah, let's get some comments. Let's have a little look though. Cov Andy says, "Good evening." Oh, go on, Claudia. You read them out.
Oh, Nation Radio Coventry, evening, Miles and everyone.
Evening.
And again, battle to the end last night. Probably a fair result.
Yeah, we got the goal coming up shortly.
Yeah. Paul Hughes, probably from another dodgy B&B or hotel somewhere. Craig, Coventry Walls. Evening, Craig. One of the Dylan's boys, yeah. Evening, boys. And girls, of course.
Yeah, evening, Craig.
Callum Holton, evening, ladies and gents. Oh, yeah. Craig's put, and Victoria.
Craig.
So, comment from we live and die in these towns. Evening, people. Victor Talk definitely needs a mention. What a player. Himself, Kitching, Latty, Sims were all impressive last night.
Yeah, talk about Victor. Talk about Victor there. His ball that he played through for Sims' equaliser was unbelievable, wasn't it?
And the ball for Godden in the second half as well.
Yeah,
he had that chance. He's what a find he is. Another gem he is.
He always reminds me of Hayman, how he used to put balls through.
Brilliant. Ian Small, evening all, evening in.
Evening, go on, Nick.
I was going to say Sims will thrive off that. It's actually now a midfielder who is looking to play in the strikers, and so that'll suit Sims. So that hopefully banging some goals between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Message from Phil Taylor. Evening, SBA. Enjoyed the match on TV last night. Thought it was entertaining. Surprised to read so many negative comments on Twitter and in general on the performance. Good point for me. I loved Mark Robbins' outburst. Well, it wasn't really an outburst, but his annoyance with the interview. And he looked like he was going to really have a go, didn't he, at Clive at one stage with some of the questioning.
Yeah, he did. But do you know what? Do you think, Luke, we'll come to you on this one. I've got a question for you all. Do you think we set up for a draw last night and then we're going for the win on Saturday?
Yeah, possibly. I think with the way Plymouth have been playing at home just recently, it's a tough game, isn't it? Going down there midweek, especially in that weather, mean, you can see Mark Robins' face when he turned up to the ground. I've seen online the photo saying the boss has arrived, and he didn't look happy. It looks how I look when I go into work. But no, I think we went there for a draw, and I think they took us by surprise a bit, But yeah.
Yeah. And Claudio, you think we set up for the draw last night? I think we did.
Well, I was looking at the team lineup and I couldn't work out what it was. Can anybody explain to me how did we line up? Because I couldn't see. I know we're joking. I could not see the far side of the pitch on the telly, and I was trying to work out who was playing where. I mean, when I saw De Silva and Bidwell in the team, I thought, well, that's interesting. Yeah, that surprised me. But yeah, I mean, I think they tried to deal with Hardy and Whittaker. They were the main threat. And I think it's a great point. I know it was right at the death, but, they've got a really good home record. And I was fearing the worst. And that's a really good point.
Yeah.
It is. And Vic, do you think we set up for that point?
I more think we set up not to lose, to make sure we got something from the game, whether that be the draw or the win. That was more my thinking. And I think that he was respecting that Plymouth is a difficult place to go. They've got a good record at home, and it was to make sure that we got something out of the game. That was my take.
Yeah, I mean their first goal. I mean, I'm forgetting everyone's names tonight. Thomas slid in, missed the challenge, skipped round him, gone through, squared the ball. Kitching slid in, missed the challenge. It's gone straight to the back, and Whittaker straight into the back of the net. And it's one player that you don't want the ball falling to, isn't it, really? But it's just one of those, isn't it, at the end of the day, and it's gone across. So, yeah, I mean, it's a place that, they're unbeaten since October at home. So it's a cracking record they've got, nearly as good as ours. We've only lost once at home all season. So, it's a fantastic run that they're on at home, isn't it? So,
they're wiping the floor with some teams at the start of the season, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, definitely. Let's get some more comments. So Leon will be coming up very shortly. He is sitting in the wings. He's listening. I'm going to ask him about spot the ball as well. So you better have a little guess at that again. Have a little look at it. So let's get some more comments. Claudio?
Hector says, had Godden scored in the first half, could have been different.
Yeah, probably. Definitely. Yeah.
Steve McGovern, bring back the old orange ball.
I still don't think we would have seen it. I still don't think we would have seen it on the telly.
We needed one with an orange ball and a bell inside it.
Or a light. Maybe light at all, more like
Catty Kaz, was a challenging night with weather and nearly beat ourselves. That goal at the end was great. Spent 3 days in Devon. Didn't stop raining until this morning. Nice drive home. Great breakaway, though. Fair play to you.
Brilliant. Great to know you back.
The noise was superb from the fans.
It was unbelievable.
Catty Kaz, if you're watching, tell them about the army base. I have to think what that is.
I did see a comment on Facebook earlier. Someone said, price of a Ginster's pasty £6, cost of a Thatcher's £6.93. But standing in the home end when we score in the 96th minute, priceless. And you think, that's risky.
Couple more comments. Catty Kaz says that wasn't fog, it was drizzly rain, and there were fans got soaked as the breeze blew in their way. Maybe it was actually, I don't know, but we thought it was fog.
Martin was in front of Ken, and he was stood with Mark and Shannon. So I've seen him on the video, which will show the goal in a minute, the equaliser. So we'll put that up.
Underage Cough fan. Well, so Claudio, sadly, there are a lot of other people who made silly comments about the rainbow ball as well. Football is for everyone. Thank you for that.
Yeah. If you missed it earlier, guys, Claudio has made a public apology to everyone about his comments. So fair play to Claudio.
We'll live and die in these towns. That chance in the first half wasn't offside, but I thought he should have tried to hit it back across the goal as opposed to head it.
Yeah.
I think he just got completely muddled. He just completely got muddled, didn't he? And it's not like him.
I reckon the fog must have put him off. I'll give him that. I'll let him have that.
Got an evening all from Baz. Evening, Baz.
Good evening, Baz. How are you, Baz? Good to see you, mate.
Is that closer to him than it is coming up here? Because he's Portsmouth way, isn't he? I love the fact we've got fans all around the country. That he travels from Portsmouth to home matches, and you got the guys who come across from Isle of Man and our friend
Norway.
across there. Yeah, Norway.
Japan.
Yeah. France. Ian Small coming from France.
Ian Small comes from France. Yeah, all over.
So we've got some guesses for the spot the ball.
Yeah.
Alan Bolton 5, and Joyner 1. We live and die in these towns 11. Stephen McGovern 17. Ian Plymouth 6.
Yeah.
My old work colleague is in. Nation Radio Coventry number 11. Paul Hughes. I don't always laugh. I just think of where he might be. 23.
He's already said he's in Salford or somewhere. Down south.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah, he's put it on the comments. Scan.
All right. Paul Cutterford, number 11.
Let's come back to the comments in a minute. Let's get the equalising goal at the end. I haven't got Sims's goal because fair play to Sims to follow that through. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. How the keeper parried it out, bounced to him in front, and he just carried on chasing it and chested it over the line. But let's get the.
He was careful not to handball it, wasn't he? Did you notice? He made sure that he had his arms well back so it couldn't bounce up, and it was a deliberate attempt to make sure that wasn't going to be given for anything other than a goal. I just thought it was good.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. He did that. I thought he played really well last night, Sims. For what I could see. Yeah, I thought he played really well. Let's have a look at the goal. Let's have a look at the equaliser in the 95th minute, was it? Oh, that's brilliant! I love the steward slipping over at the end. I think that's just fantastic. But
I said to you, Mars, didn't I? Ken posted it, and I jokingly said that would look funny with the Benny Hill music in the background. And then somebody went and done it straight away, and it is. I don't know. It just makes it funnier. I don't know what he's doing on the pitch. I don't know what he's doing. Has he come from the home end? I don't know what he's doing.
But I haven't seen the clip with the Benny Hill theme. But what a goal! I mean, to score that Ken and I were talking today, and it's a bit like that point we got at Blackburn last season with Ben Wilson scoring. That point could be the point and the goal that gets us into that 6th spot in the playoffs, couldn't it, Vic?
Yeah, definitely. I think I was saying at work today about the fact that we never give up in games. Like going back before Mark Robbins' time, we'd have just given up at that point. This wasn't going to be our night. Now, it doesn't matter what minute of the game it is, you still feel like we could get something out of it right up until the last final whistle, and that's great.
Yeah, and Luke, I mean, to score that like that, I think the fans were more surprised because it wasn't the limbs that we normally see. I think they were shocked it went in, weren't they? But by the looks of them, even Shannon and Mark and Martin, when they were down the front, you could see them down the front. They were like, it's like one of them, wasn't it?
That's fantastic. I couldn't follow it. I got a WhatsApp message off a friend at work who's a Plymouth fan. But I didn't get that until the second one when it was, and I can't say it, like that. He said, so he literally thought he'd got it. By the time I'd read the messages, I already knew what happened.
and Claudio, what a way to get an equaliser though. That is how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah, but who scored it? I can't work out what happened. Did the defender?
Kitching scored it. Yeah,
Well,
no,
he
Kitching
scored it.
wrapped his foot round it, and knocked it into the bottom
I
corner.
did it 'cause I couldn't work out if it ricocheted off two people and hit him, but it sort of went
Yeah,
in.
no.
And yeah, it's great. I mean, to be honest, all 4 goals were poor goals, weren't they, in terms of defending wise? But that could have been down to the weather.
I reckon it's definitely down to that. Yeah.
But yeah, that was brilliant. We'd have been happy with it. I mean, yes, I know Mark Robbins was disappointed because he said we should have won that, but you know, I'm happy with the points. That could be really important in the end. That goal.
Definitely. It's a vital goal, that is. Vital goal. Now, we'll get to some more comments. We're just going to get the Stoke fan in, Liam. And then after Liam's been on, we'll go all the way through everyone's comments and we'll talk about whatever you've put in there. So we're going to have a quick ad break and then Liam will be joining us. He's patiently been waiting for 20 minutes, bless him. So thank you, Liam. We'll come straight to you. Quick ad break. Here we go.
Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Milesy. I'm joined tonight by Claudio, Victoria, and Luke Carter, who's just gone off camera. He must have gone for a quick drink, I reckon. If you do fancy sponsoring us or you want to get involved, we have got buy a coffee on our link at the moment. You can go into our description, buy us a coffee. Or if you want to subscribe. If you want to sponsor us, please get in touch. We're looking for new sponsors for next season. Our email is going across the bottom of the screen. You can get in touch with us if you do fancy or know anyone who would like to sponsor the channel. That would be really good. Thank you very much. And also a big shout out to Mr. View Sky, who supplies us with all the goals in our intros and also some of the goals throughout the season that we have on our channel from past games and everything else. So thank you, Mr. View Sky. Right, let's get our Stoke fan in then, shall we? Let's hear what we're up against this weekend. They got a well-earned victory last night. They won 1-0. They've been on a bit of a downward spiral lately, but they managed to get a win last night. Let's introduce Liam. Good evening, Liam.
Evening.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. You?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I did say it had stopped raining where I live, and all I can hear on the roof of my bar is rain. So it started again. Unbelievable. I'll tell you this
ready
week
for Saturday. That is. It'll be raining here. Don't worry about that.
Sick to death of this weather. I'll tell you, hurry up, spring. I think we're only about 12 days away from spring, which is brilliant. Now, listen, before we talk about Stoke, we're going to get you to have a go and spot the ball.
Go on,
you
then.
ready?
Ready.
Here you go. This was the game last weekend against Millwall. Where is the ball?
Ooh. I mean, that looks like most of where Stoke shots end up this season, but I'm going to go let's go 21.
21. Okay.
Yep.
There you go. Number 21. Brilliant stuff. Right, I got that down. That's fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Anyone else wants to have a go, please do. There you spot the ball. Have a little dabble at that one. See what you can sort out. Anyone who's watching who's just tuned in hasn't seen it yet. Have a go. So, Liam, thank you for joining us, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks
Thank you so much for your time. What are we expecting this weekend? Because you got a nice little win last night.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's been a bit of a rough few weeks. Schumacher changed his approach a bit last night. He's very much in an attacking mould from what we've seen. And I think a little bit of an inexperience has been showing, and he's been trying to attack his way out of games more by flooding players forward, but not really getting many shots off. And we've been conceding a lot on the break, but he went a lot more industrial, should we say. last night. He went 3 at the back for the first time, and I was just happy with the win. It wasn't a good watch, and you could tell why us and QPR are where we are from the quality of the game. But yeah, I was made up. So I suppose it depends. If it's brought a little bit of confidence, we might go a little bit more expansive. But I think for now we'll just stick more of the same because you're in really good form. So
yeah. And how are our old boys doing, Mr. McNally and Mr. Rose?
So I'll start by saying the entire centre back system we've got has been pretty poor all season.
Is it?
Yeah. McNally has probably been my biggest letdown, in all honesty. I was really happy when we signed him. We heard nothing but good things from Cov fans. He's got an air about him of disinterest at times. I don't know if it's just the way he plays. He just looks that way. But they've got the best partnership together, Rose and McNally. When they play, out of all the centre backs we've got, they're the best. They're the best two. Rose has got a mistake in him, which you probably well know. He likes a long ball out from the back along the floor, which tends to go to their opposition. But they're both good on his pros. McNally for the first half an hour last night, Sinclair Armstrong absolutely ragged him around the pitch, and then after the half an hour, when he realised he could probably tussle back with him a bit, he got the better of him, and then they had a good game between them. So they'll be the centre back pairing that I imagine play against you.
Yeah.
And they played well against you last time, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very. Yeah, they did play very, very well indeed. I mean, they won't have any worries about being pushed about and everything because our strikers don't do any of that anymore. We've lost our big, and we don't really boss up the front line anymore. So it makes it. They're probably going to have one of the easiest games of the season, I reckon, on Saturday. But you've changed your manager. We played against his old team last night. How's he fared, do you think? How's it gone down with the fans? Because obviously, he's a new manager, he's a young manager, he's coming, he's changing things around. Do you think it's your form is just because he's trying to try new things?
Well, we went 8 games unbeaten when he first came. There was only 2 wins. And you could see the difference in the play straight from the off. It was a lot more attacking, and we get the ball forward a lot quicker. It was weird, kind of like the day before the transfer deadline day. A lot of stuff started going on behind the scenes. A couple of players have been disciplined and dropped, and when we've lost games by quite a few goals, like the Blackburn game, a couple of the players have been completely bombed out the squad. So I think he's quite happy to be ruthless. And we have been quite susceptible over recent years of player power, I would say, at Stoke. So I'm all for it. If he can get rid of the players who don't want to be there and don't want to work and get some out of the lads that did, like last night. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. I'm all for it. So I think he's got the backing of most Stoke fans. We've seen some terrible managers down there, so we've got to give him a chance, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to give every manager a chance. I mean, look at us with Mark Robbins. He's
best manager in the league.
He's the best manager in the league. Of course, he's the best manager.
Yeah,
he's in charge of Cov City, the best club in the league.
Steady.
We like to have a laugh, Liam. We like to have a laugh. I'm surprised about McNally because he was absolutely superb for us last season. I mean, when he came in, it was the January, I think he came in, and he just absolutely took the part on in defence as if he'd been there forever and ever. He was absolutely out of this world. So I'm really surprised about that. I mean, last night's game then, what sort of style of play were you playing? Was it like hoofball, or were you trying to keep it on the ground? What were you trying to do last night?
Yeah, I think he'll always try and keep it on the ground. He's not a hoofball type of player. We were just a lot more resolute, a lot more compact. We put 3 at the back for the first time, and we filled the midfield. So we kind of completely blocked the centre of the pitch for QPR, which they tried to go down the side of us, and it didn't really work out. So I don't think you'll get any hoofball or anything like that. It'll be a decent game of football. I think we'll just be a bit more resolute than we have been, because against Sunderland and when we got beat by Leicester 5-0 at home, I think it was a little bit of an inexperience. We were 2-0 down against Leicester at home. Just take the beating and go. But he made 2 attacking changes at half time, and he come out after the game and said, we're going to give it a go. And you're like, I mean, that's fair enough, but I don't want to get beat 5-0 at home by Leicester. So he's just trying things out. I think, you know, he said himself he's never lost 3 on the bounce. He lost 4 on the bounce. So he's just learning as he goes. And he said that when he came in, he said he'll make mistakes. He'll learn as he goes, and I'm willing to give him time. I think most are. So I think we'll have a decent game of football. I think we'll just be a bit less gung-ho than we have been.
Yeah. And what are the fans been like with the way it's all been going lately? Have they been getting a bit anxious when, you know, it's not going your way after about 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, there's a lot of, because it's been literally 8 years of just downward spiraling. You know, people only think about it in the Championship, but we had 2 years in the Premier League where we're just sinking and sinking and sinking. So it's been nearly a decade of going lower and lower each year. So we've gone through the apathy stage now of nobody really caring about what was happening. And then when we lost against Blackburn, there was some anger showing from the fans. But last night they really got behind them, because I think they knew the seriousness of the situation. If we lost last night with Huddersfield winning, we were in the relegation zone. So I think the fans come to the fore last night, and they've been all right. There's a bit of a thing about our Stoke fans toxic in with Stoke fans. Are we toxic towards the fans and team because of how bad it's been? But we get 20,000 at home. You know, we took 3,500 Blackburn away. You just get sick of your team losing. That's all it is, I think. And I think if sometimes you don't see him putting the effort in, which is what you see sometimes, then that it's hard. But we've been all right. I think it all depends how the players play. You know, if they give us some back, well, then we'll back him. So
yeah. And do you think you're going to be safe? Do you think you'll manage to stay out of it?
I tweeted the other day that I think the reason we'll stay up is because there's worse teams, and it's not because we're any good. Rather than we're down. Sheffield Wednesday and QPR keep showing little glimmers, don't they? And then I've seen QPR fans on Twitter last night saying every time it's an important game, like against us, when they can actually get out of relegation, they seem to bottle it. So they seem like the kind of clubs that might get drawn into it. And Millwall, I noticed last night, have just come out of nowhere into the below us now. And so I think we could stay up. I think it'll be more from poor teams than us going on a really good run, because we got a pretty difficult run in.
Yeah, I mean, I think this weekend is going to be a tough game for us, because you're fighting down the bottom there, and we're fighting to stay in the playoffs. So I think it's going to be a very, very tight occasion this weekend, but it's going to be one hell of a game. I reckon it's going to be really tough. I've got some comments coming in for you here. McNally and Rose miss McFadzine. So there was a player you might have been able to get during the old window there, because he went up to Blackburn to go with Dom Hyam. I mean, that would have been a great
debut against us.
Yeah,
he played really well. Yeah.
He would have suited you having him, I reckon, there in that team.
Always seems to have a bandage wrapped around his head whenever I see him play. I don't know if he purposely headbutts stuff before he comes out, but he always seems to have a bandage around his head.
Yeah, he's probably I don't know what he's been up to there, but yeah, I noticed he had his bandage on. Dabboy says McNally is quality. I think the what's that? Can you read that, Claudia? I can't see it.
Yeah, I think the reality is probably was expected to sign for Coventry City, and the reality was he ended up at Stoke. Not sure about that. The player, as Cov fans know of Liam, is a superb centre back. I think with him and Rose, the 3 at the back suits them. So if they play 3 at the back, they'll play a lot better.
Yeah, they did play better last night with 3 at the back. I think a lot can be said as well about he's come to you and you're on an upward trajectory pretty much, aren't you? I mean, in the past few years you've just gone up and up and up, and I know you playoffs and you've missed out, but in general there's an upward trajectory, which coming into a team who've got confidence and who are on the upward, it's a lot easier to settle in than coming into a team where as soon as he's probably made his first pass at home, everyone's gone, oh, and he's gone, what's going on here? So it probably hasn't helped him.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a real rapid right back in Milan van Ivak, and you guys have just signed a Dutch player as well, haven't you? Who's meant to be rapid.
Yeah.
Have you seen much of him yet?
So he played against Blackburn in his debut, which seemed a little out of sorts. I mean, he's Steven Schumacher likes his fullbacks to come inside the midfield and swamp the midfield, which is fine when it's worked, but we just got over on the wing, and asking this guy who come in from Vitesse 2 days before or 3 days before to come and start tracking back in the Championship seemed a bit of a stretch. And then he didn't play at all yesterday. I think they're going to try and ease him in gently. But he looks good, but everyone looks good on YouTube.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that with our strikers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil Taylor says, read it again.
Biggest surprise for me, Stoke this season, thought their summer window looked good.
So did I.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good at one point. I think the problem is we've looked at data and numbers and all and things like that, but you can't really put a data on spirit and fight and grit, heart and them kind of things, which is what we're possibly missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Millwall, QPR, there's a few of them down there who actually did bring in some players over the summer, and it's surprising that they're all struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the gelling thing that we were told it takes time. I don't know, but they do. It is a surprise. I thought it'd be easy, mid-table, higher.
Yeah.
It seems like a vacuum down there. It seems like you just can't get away from it. I mean, as soon as Birmingham got Mowbray, I thought they're fine, and they beat us, even though we absolutely battered them at home. And then they went on another win, and then they lost against Sheffield Wednesday. And now they're still on the same points as us. And it's just like a vacuum. You see them win a game, lose two, and you're straight back in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tight this season, though. Anywhere in the league is really tight. When you look at the top half of the table, I think, is it 3 or 4 of us on 48 points? I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then, like at one point last night, we'd dropped four places in the league because we were losing 1-0. It's just
wasn't I? I was on the phone to Miles and I was sulking, going, we really missed a chance tonight. And he goes, we're in the top 6. Are we? He goes, yeah, we've gone back into the top 6. I was like, fantastic.
It's
just the point of the goal. It's the goal difference as well, Liam. If you can get your goal difference up, I think this year goal difference is a key. And that goal difference is that extra point, isn't it? And
I mean,
when you think about it, it's it's just what the key is that this year, I reckon.
Yeah, as the Championship just doesn't help as well. I mean, if we beat you, I'm terrified of relegation. If we beat you, we're 9 points above QPR and 10 points behind you, and I'm always looking downhill. I know 10 points is still a long way, and the 9 points is close together, but it's a point difference between potential playoffs and relegation. It baffles the mind. No wonder everyone's going grey and stressed out in the Championship.
It's so hard this year. It really is hard this year. It really is. Now, Claudio's got a quiz for you before we get score predictions.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Do you want to click the questions? That's quick fire.
Here we go.
All right.
Everyone get involved watching as well. Everyone get involved watching.
In which decade did Sir Stanley Matthews make his debut?
Bloody hell. 50s.
Anybody?
I'd say 50s.
I'll say 40s.
He retired in 1965 at the age of 50, and he made his debut in the 1930s.
Ooh.
Incredible.
Wow.
I mean, as a kid, when you went down the wing, you always said, I'm doing the old Stanley Matthews down the wing, didn't you? That was the whole...
Yeah.
All right. In which season did Stoke City win the League Cup?
72.
Oh, yeah, straight in. It's the only trophy.
It's the only trophy we've won, apart from the Autoglass trophy.
Question 3.
Hey, it's a trophy, Liam. It's a trophy.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
In what year was Stoke City's record Premier League win, and who was it against?
2015.
Correct.
6-1 against Liverpool.
It was funny, wasn't it? Was that Gerrard's last
Unbelievable.
game?
Yeah,
Oh, what a way to
unbelievable.
go out.
Beating Liverpool 6-1, and now I'm over the moon by scraping 1-0 past QPR at home. It's been a rough 10 years.
Question 4. Who was Stoke City's manager either side of Gary Rowett?
Paul Lambert and Nathan Jones.
Correct. I've got to say, I'd forgotten that Gary Rowett was your manager. He's been all over the place.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
I think you won't forget Nathan Jones either.
No.
With which club was Luke Cundle on loan to for the first half of the season?
Plymouth, and I know that mostly because I've had so many Plymouth fans just messaging me on Twitter about how we've stolen everyone from the club. So, yeah, Plymouth.
That's the little quiz. Superb, really. I've got little facts as well, haven't I, Miles, underneath there somewhere?
You have?
Right.
Yeah, here you go.
30 wins each and 11 draws. The last 6 matches at Stoke City between the two clubs are 4 wins to the Sky Blues, which is incredible. 1 defeat, 1 draw. That's going back to 2006. We're a bit of a bogey team at your place, aren't we, in the last few years?
You are. One that sticks out is when we were in the Championship under Pulis. I think we were renowned for 0-0s and 0-0 draws and 1-0 wins and 1-0 defeats. And I think you come to us and beat us 4-1 or 4-2, and Michael Misford scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
So there's always been somewhat there with Carve coming to Stoke. I mean, Jacques and Hamer absolutely tore us to pieces in the second half last season, which he did for everyone.
Please don't.
Honestly, as a neutral, I was gutted when Jacques went. I tweeted it at the time. Just as a neutral, you like seeing good players, don't you?
Yeah,
and,
we like to see him now.
Yeah.
Thank you for that nice comment. Yeah, we definitely miss him. Him. Listen, let's do spot the ball again before we get scores. Anyone out there want to get a guess in? If you haven't already guessed, have a little look. Get your guesses in. Where is the ball tonight? Where is it? This is a picture from the Millwall game last Sunday. Get your guesses in, see where it is, and you could win a prize tonight. And we'll get it off to you as soon as possible. We're having some new merchandise made at the moment, so get your guesses in. You might win one of the new prizes. So have a little go, see where you think the ball is. Now let's get some scores then. Let's get some scores on the board. Luke, you've been sat there listening nice and quietly there. How confident are you for this Saturday, mate?
Pretty confident. I do think it's going to be a bit tight, though, so I'm probably going to go with a 2-1 Cov. But I think we'll go behind. I think it'll be, like you said, I think it's scrappy. It's scrappy because, like, when you're playing against a team that are trying to get out of relegation or trying to move further up, it's got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Victoria?
I was going to go 2-1 as well. I was pleased to see that Stoke won last night because I just thought if they'd have gone 5 games without a victory into Saturday, then it was odds on that they'd turn it around against us. So I was really chuffed to see that they'd won last night against QPR. So that gives me some confidence for Saturday, and I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay, Claudio?
I love Victoria's football logic because I was thinking the same as well. I was thinking hopefully they'll win during the week, which means we've got a better chance of beating them on Saturday. But I think Liam knows my prediction from the Championship podcast we're on. And I think we're going to sneak a 1-goal victory, I think.
Okay.
It's not going to be pretty, but it would be nice to keep a clean sheet, which we don't do.
Yeah, we're not keeping clean sheets at the moment, so anything can happen. Liam?
I'll say the same as I did on the Championship podcast. Like Claudio said, I think we'll lose 2-1. I think we'll make it a bit of a scruffy game, but we've won 1 game at home since October, and that was last night. And we've scored about 7 goals, I think, at home all season. So it'll be a fair turnaround, and I think you're in good form and got a good side. So 2-1. I'll snap your hand off for a draw, right? But I think you'll beat us.
Okie doke. Well, that's. I mean, we got 3-2-1s there. And thanks for your honesty there, Liam. I mean, that's fantastic. And it's you don't get very often that fans come on and back against their own team. So
don't get many Stoke fans on there. We all back against their own team.
Yeah. I'm going to go. Okay, I was going to go what Claudio said again, 1-0, but I can't do that now, can I? Although I did the other night, I said 1-1, didn't we? But it was 2-2, wasn't it, last night? So, but I'm going to go. I don't think it's going to be a draw. I don't think we're going to draw. I'm going to just have to stick my neck out, say we ain't going to concede, and we're going to win 2-0. There you go. I wanted 1-0, but I can't copy out Claudio all the time, can I? Wouldn't be fair, would it? You know what I mean? So
Mark,
yeah.
Can I ask Liam one last question?
Yeah, of course you can. Carry on.
Yeah, it's regarding your owners. I mean, they've been there quite a few years now, and obviously well established. Do you think they'll ever move on, especially when you got the fact that it's a betting company and they want betting to go out of football, basically? Do you reckon they'll just stay around forever, or are you tired of them now?
Gone all quiet.
You've gone all quiet, Liam. Sorry.
Can't hear you. No, gone quiet. Oh, he's lost connection.
Oh, he's on mute, isn't he? Looks like he's on mute.
No, he turned himself off and then he put it back on. Hello. He's froze now.
We'll never know.
Log out and log back in. Log out, log back in, and we can ask you that question.
He's playing the best game of snatches.
I mentioned the owners. They blocked him. They froze him.
Yeah, they've been listening. They've frozen him. They've cut his internet off. Talking about it. He'll have to log back in. Let me. Let's see if that'll work. No, he's gone. He's lost his connection somehow. Let's see if he can. He'll probably log back in a minute. Let's get some scores then, Claudio. What we got, and then we get some more comments in as well after the scores. What we got? Oh, by the way, Gyökeres has scored tonight. Apparently,
he's on 30 goals now. He's on goals in all competitions, isn't he?
He's on 25 goals. So if he gets 30, I think we get about another 4 million quid.
I'm sure. I looked at a stat last night on the website, and it says he's got it's 29, but that's in all of the competitions that they're playing in. And I thought, hold on a minute, how much is Harry Kane on? Harry Kane's on 29 as well, apparently, according to this website.
All right.
Unbelievable.
David Lee,
They were safe.
If only he stayed.
Yeah.
Go on, what we got, Claudio? What scores? Come on.
So we got Dave McGee 3-2 to Cov.
Yeah.
We'll live and die in these towns 3-1.
Yeah. Oh, Liam's back.
Liam's back now as well.
Yeah, now.
Sonwell's
Can you hear me?
2-1.
Yeah, can hear you now. Go on, then.
Callum 4-1. Go on, tell us about your owners. Do you think they'll stick around?
I did that on purpose. I didn't want to talk about them, but no. So it's a bit of a contentious point because they have done a lot right in getting us to the Premier League, FA Cup final, Europa League, all that. Peter Coates stood down and his son took over, and we've been going downhill ever since. And I feel for them a bit. It's not for the ones to try, and they've absolutely plundered money into it. Just make really, really bad decisions. So I don't think they'll walk away unless something happens. You know, they're a family of Stoke fans. It seems like a generational thing where they'll just keep going as long as they can. The whole betting thing's up in the air. I suppose it depends what they bring in all honesty. Because a lot of the stuff with FFP and regards to that, they merge it into the Bet365 company. So Bet365 own the stadium, the training ground, and all that. So I suppose really it depends what they bring in. But
So it's a bit like Man City, but on a smaller scale, then, isn't it? With the advertising rights and how they got the
Yeah,
money.
it's a little bit. I wish we were as good because we're not. I don't know if you've watched us lately, but yeah, I think they'll be there long term. Not a lot of the fans, quite a few of the fans would like them to go, because I think a lot of fans seem to think that they love the Coates family, but I think if they're really honest with themselves, they love the idea of the money. The decision making is something else. So
Yeah,
it's their club. They can do what they want with it. He's trying his best. But he's aged in the past 10 years about 40 years. John Coates has. So I do feel for him a bit. He's trying his best. He is a diehard Stoke fan. We had a fans for him not long ago, and he's just like, I'm in pain. I'm trying my best. But I think he needs a director of football. He needs football people in, because he's trying his best, and he gives all the control to the managers, Gary Rowett, Nathan Jones, everyone. He says, here's all the money you want, go and do what you can. And then it doesn't work. He sacked the manager. Another manager with a completely different philosophy comes in and says, I don't like any of these players, but none of them are good enough to be bought by anyone. So they all stay. We get more players in, and it's just been rinse and repeat of that basically for the past 8 years.
It's always difficult, isn't it, when you've got an owner with the emotional factor of that. You know, it's their club and they've always supported them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to bring like a director of football or a CEO in, or somebody sort of separate the two, really.
Yeah, he just needs to look at the bigger picture, take a step back. But if you're ploughing hundreds of millions in, not just millions, hundreds of millions in, we're spending 50 million on the stadium, the training ground. We've got Category A training centre, So I struggle to be overly harsh on them, but we keep going down bank. And there's only one constant so far, and that's John Coates. So
I think the other key is trying to keep hold of the backroom staff and the managerial staff to bring a stability with the club. I mean, if you look at what we've been through over the last 20 years, since we got 21 years when we got relegated from the Premier League, and you think, we nearly dropped out the Football League completely. If we hadn't won that playoff semi-final against Notts County, I swear blind that would have been us, what they did. And it was do or die. And I think Mark Robbins even said that if we hadn't gone up that season, it was do or die. And he even come out and said it. If we had one chance at League Two to come out of it, and we did it first attempt, even though we did it through the playoffs, but we did it first attempt, and I think that saved us. And from that moment on, you've had stability within the club. Although we had the Sisu malarkey, and they wouldn't invest a lot of money. I mean, this year we got so excited because we've signed 11 players, one player on loan, the rest of them all on 4.5-year deals. We've never done that in the last 21 years. And it's the first time we've ever done it with Doug King in charge. Last season, we signed one player on a permanent, which was Casey Palmer, on a free from Bristol City. And we got to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Got to the final. And you've got to have that stability in your football club, I think. And it starts from the manager, backroom staff. And as you said, if you keep changing your team and getting rid of players, bringing new players in, they're not going to settle in. And it took longer for our team to settle in this year. We were going, how many games do they want to settle in? Mark Robbins says, be patient, be patient, be patient. And we're all trying to be patient. And when you had a buzz like we did last year, it was hard to keep being patient, but we have. And all of a sudden, we've started to go on that little bit of a run. And I think that's what you need at Stoke, probably, is that belief from the manager, the backroom staff, and keeping that core together, which then will get the players gelling and things like that. And I think maybe that's probably what he's trying to achieve at Stoke. That's probably what he's trying to get with your manager now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think our longest saving player now is Tyrese Campbell, who will finally, I think, go in the summer. And I think there's a stat going around that he's played with 92 different players since we came down. which is I can't even name you. The people like Stoke fans will name a player we've had since we've come down, and you go, oh yeah, forgot about it. There's so
He's
many
8
of them. It's
away.
unbelievable.
He's 8 away from filling his phone book up in his phone.
It is. Yeah.
Howden,
It is.
didn't you?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Blimey. I bet he shakes everyone's hand when he sees them when he plays against them, doesn't he?
He must be. Yeah, he must walk around like he's the Godfather and knows everybody.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, Leon, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Really, thanks for taking the time and sitting in the background listening. And, keep a lookout. We'll give you a spot the ball answer later on. And
yep.
Thank you very much. And good luck for the rest of the season, but not on Saturday, I'm afraid.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and same to you. Hopefully you'll not turn up Saturday, and we'll get the second win in 4 months at home.
You never know. You never
Never
know.
know.
As Jimmy Greaves says, as Jimmy Greaves used to say, it's a funny old game.
It is.
Take care, mate. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Cheers for having me.
Cheers.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's ace. Absolutely ace. What a great fan that is. That's brilliant stuff, that is. Absolutely love it. Right, let's get some comments then. And
right. I'm going to go down the list.
We'll ask the panel some of these questions.
Right, Luke, so many comments. Phil Taylor. The other thing about talk is our set pieces have improved 500%. He's made a real difference.
Mm.
Definitely. Scott Brownsword. Sims will become good. He has a great game last night, held up the ball well and made some good runs.
I thought he played really well last night. From what I could see through the fog, I thought he played really well.
I did.
I thought it was brilliant.
Anyone that's on Facebook knows that I'm right Sims. I'm always on there banging the cause. So yeah, I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, I know you normally reply with an essay, don't you?
Yeah, sorry. I have to get some facts out there.
We'll live and die in these towns. The Plymouth commentary clip when he scored that goal was hilarious. He says, "Oh, you're joking. That's true." But
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Goes, oh, doesn't he? He goes, oh, what's he watching?
Yeah, he did. Absolutely did. The best thing for the best commentary thing, what he said was when it was 1-1, he goes, "Oh, we'll be all right because we've got the crowd behind us," and all you could hear was Cov City singing.
My wife said
that as well. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
My wife could hear in the background. She kept saying, "All I can hear is they're all Cov fans." And then a lad come in the sitting room and he goes, "All I can hear is football in a library." Just after the Plymouth fan says, "What a great atmosphere they're creating." I thought that's the Cov fans singing football in a library.
Oh dear.
Right, it's interesting. Dave McGee, does anyone know about changes to the CBS arenas, stadium seating arrangements? Will it improve the atmosphere?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen a picture of it today, and if we win on Saturday, everyone's saying, let's sell it out around behind the goal. I think it'd be much better, don't you, Luke? Having it round behind both goals is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The only concern I first had when I saw it advertised was, will it bridge the gap between Singers Corner and the away fans? Because I love it when you score, you look over to Singers, and there's this stampede, almost like a futuristic science fiction film where wars come forward. But it depends who they fill it with. I think it'd be good. I just think it could just make Singers Corner. There are a lot of people that want season tickets in Singers Corner and don't get them. So I think it will just make that bigger. But you've got fans behind both sets of goals. I think it would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, agree with that, Vic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea. I think it's brilliant.
Hopefully the man that sits behind me moaning every game might move over there as well.
Callum Holton doesn't. I don't think it will improve the atmosphere. It would just sparse the crowd around. Will look less fans in the ground. I think what they're trying to do is get more people behind one goal and make that like a complete family zone. I think is what they're trying to do, and they're trying to just move singers to go around a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want the drum behind the goal, I reckon. Basically, is what
Yeah,
they're aiming for. I think that's what they want.
The thing is, when Singers Corner first started a couple of seasons ago, we were getting crowds like we are now. No one had an idea that we needed that much space, and so it's just evolving, isn't it? On the basis that we are getting bigger gates and more people want to be over there. It might be a bit of a pain for a few people, but it'll get there in the end, and it'll be better, won't it? I think.
Well, they promised they were going to do something, and they're doing something. So you can't knock it, can you?
No, could I just, go on.
We live and die in these towns. That's where you have to count yourselves lucky. Doug King, when he came in, could have brought us his own management team in and got rid of Robbins and AD, etc. But he trusted him, backed him. It's true.
Well, because you know why he trusted him is because Doug doesn't know about football. Mark Robbins knows about football. He's obviously spoke to Joy Sapala because Mark Robbins was dealing with Joy, and if he said to Joy apparently that if you don't do it this way, then he'll be walking, and she left it in his hands. He's come in, he's had a chat with Doug King, and Doug King's gone, well, you know about the game, you sort that out, I'll sort the money out. So Doug's gone, here, I'll sort the money out, you sort that out, and that's what he's done. You can see that they're really a real good partnership together. I think they get on really, really well. Definitely do.
Someone's asked on here about the interview after the game. I can't find who asked it now, but if you go on yesterday's schedule for CWR, you'll find Sound of the Sky Blues around about 9:45. It is, and it's the half hour after the game.
Yeah, I've shared it on our. If you go on to Sky Blue Fans TV Twitter and go on reposts, I shared it, so you'll see it. It is on there, so you'll be able to listen to it. But he weren't happy.
So this is Scott Brown Sword again. Hope we meet Maidstone in the cup and get someone good for an away day.
We all hope we're going to win that one.
People talk about tickets, aren't we? I want to be at home, so I can just have my season ticket seat and no dramas.
Yeah, I want the worst team. I want the worst team left in it at home. I want to get to that semi-final.
Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, worst team at home, bang, super. And anyway, I don't mind if it's away anyway because I've got loads of points. So
exactly, same here. So
see
Bournemouth.
Yeah, I'm having 10 tickets for the away leg for me because I've got loads of points. So, anyone want to buy one?
Stop causing trouble, Miles.
We're living in these towns. Robbins prides himself on togetherness amongst the players and always has done. That's an important factor to our success too. I don't know what. It's interesting that he mentioned things in that interview about Football Manager and all the rest of it. So he must see stuff. Like the transit's on Twitter, isn't it? I'd have thought if anywhere. Because that's the sort of thing that is the most popular for celebrities as such, whatever.
They're seeing stuff all the time, aren't they? All the time.
And it is daft that we question why Callum O'Hare hasn't gone when you think what he's come through in the last year or so, and he's played a lot of football. And when he plays, it's 100%, isn't it? It's all effort. And he wanted to travel.
That was one of the things Mark Robbins was angry about, was the question about Callum O'Hare. And he said, look, I had to stop him from coming. In his interview, I had to stop him from coming. I said, you're staying at home. You're not coming, you're not playing. He wanted to play. He wanted to travel. But he said, you're too tired, you're too fatigued, and you're not coming. And this is what makes me think he set up last night to come away with at least a point. He definitely set up to come away with at least a point. Definitely.
Oh, Wayne Littlewood said Robbins mentioned he'd been told of things online, not that he'd seen it personally. You don't want to see your stuff, Wayne.
What else we got?
Paul Cussiford, MR was more than happy with the fans, as he always is. That's at the
Yeah.
ground. It is. I mean, for those who are old enough, I can remember when it was awful, even at Highfield Road at times. You know, we get upset. You see people on social media will get upset when there's booing at half time. At one stage, that was regular in the 80s, wasn't it, Miles? There was loads of
all the
booing.
time.
We want the board out and sack the manager. I mean, even John Sillett.
Yeah.
Even when John Sillett was in charge, he was getting pelters after all the years after we won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know,
He
so
was. When we got beat to Sutton United, it was like it was the end of the world when we got beat to Sutton United. It was like, oh my God.
And also, it's been said that it's not really chairman and owners who sack managers; it is the fans.
Yeah.
And while we keep seeing his name, he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of clubs get rid of their managers because it's the disgruntlement from the crowd. Basically, they sense it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just put this one up? Assassins Unite. The crowd behind the goal is on about here. It was superb versus Middlesbrough in the playoff semi-final.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? Because you're all behind that goal. Do you remember when we played? Was it Crew Alexander as well in that game?
Yeah.
And we filled the. Was it a £5 a ticket? Was it a £5 a ticket? I think, wasn't it? And we filled the stadium, and we put Crew a little block in the corner, right? And people say week in, week out, why are we giving teams 3,500 seats away fans?
Yeah.
Why are we giving 4,000? Why are we giving Sunderland 4,500? Why are we giving Leeds 3,500? Teams give us 1,800 or 1,900. You got West Brom next week, 1,978 tickets or something bloody stupid. What they give us, we should give them. And then we should sell our seats to our fans. We've got to stop doing what we've been doing and giving them 3,500, 4,500 tickets. I know it's a lot of money to the club, but wouldn't you rather it be Cov fans in there than away fans? I definitely would. Definitely, all day long.
Yeah,
all day.
It's like even if you don't sell out, then that. If we've got a team coming to us that gave us a little bit more, and gets to a point where they know we're not quite selling out, they can just be on that goal to move it a little bit more than just to get a couple of extra away fans in there just to fill it out a bit. Yeah. But I think we will fill it.
Yeah, you have a sort of situation. You don't sell any season tickets there, so that it can be home or away depending on sort of capacity, couldn't you? And then
I mean, the thing is, you look at it, right? Millwall bought what? Was it 1,500 or 1,000? Bristol City bought 1,000, and we were 24, 25,000. So there's 19,000 season tickets. They bought 1,000. So walk up on the night or whatever, walk up in the day when they bought the tickets is another 4,000 or 5,000 Cov fans. So wouldn't you rather sell those seats behind the goal and have Cov fans in there, or do you want that full of away fans? I know what I'd want. More Cov fans all day long.
Yeah.
So I want more comments up, Miles?
Yeah, crack on.
All right, this is from Wayne Littlewood says, haha, he'll love it. We need to get Wayne on.
Wayne, get in touch with us. Email's going across the bottom. We'll get you on.
Alan Harkins, our bogey team at home the following week, Preston. I hope to God we beat them. We'll deal with them at the weekend. Don't
forget, come and see me DJing in Dillon's before and after.
Ian Small, 0-2, Saturday, good 3 points. Kathy Cards didn't work with Eustace. I know, but that was a bit different. That was new ownership wanting to get a big name and completely. And they got rid of him because the fans didn't want him there in the end.
Yeah.
Callum Holton, but we're not going to sell out every game. Well, listening, I mean, that's a good point, Callum. And he's also says we give them because we've got seats to give them. And Covandy says 100% Miles with your views. I was listening to the Peterborough owner, and
great.
He loves it. And he basically says he can see Coventry being the Premier League very soon. They are going places. So maybe we're getting ready for the big time. Wayne Littlewood, it's all money. We won't sell out. That's the issue. We sadly don't have enough fans. But I think if it gets better, we will. We will.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
And then next year, if we go, we'll come and watch Man City knock us 7-0.
Yeah.
That'd be daft. We'll beat them 7-0 at the CBS, mate.
Sausage and I can remember going to Sunderland, and John said it's last game. Some clowns had "Still It Out" banners. That's right.
Yeah.
Wayne Littlewood again, love to come on anytime. He has messaged me before, actually.
Right, we'll get him on next week. Get him on Sunday.
Sausage and I, it doesn't matter if you sell out every game. We rarely sold out at Highfield Road. Well, we did in the early days.
We did, but the thing is though, when you think about it now, the way we're going, it's like they say on the radio. Vic Minette says on the radio, it's great in the summer and the spring when you walk around and you see little kids wearing Cov City kits. It's bloody brilliant. And you know, you got likes of Kimberly Owens, who's messaged on here. They're gonna win one. We're gonna win 1-0 on Saturday. Her two little ones, Portia and Jet. You know, they go to virtually every game, the kids. They love it. They absolutely love it. And you've got loads of that coming through now. And everything is starting to feel, it's like we keep saying, it's starting to feel like home, isn't it? You know, you've got the fans village outside. You've got the wonderful job the family zone do. Lynn and Pat and everyone there. They do a wonderful job for the kids. As long as you've got that going, you're going to get more and more youngsters wanting to come up all the time. Maybe the club could do an offer one weekend like they used to do. Do you remember? Bring kids for £1. Do you remember that? Yeah. Any adult paying ticket, you pay a quid for a kid. You know, under the age of 12, say. You know, under the age of 12, bring a kid up for £1. Why not? Do it one weekend. You know, and because it's like people were moaning about the price of Maidstone, but it's like when you say about Maidstone game, people who can't get up there for a full price ticket might buy a ticket for the Maidstone game because they can afford the £15 if you're not a season ticket holder, and £15 compared with £32, you know, it's a lot of money to a family. And you could bring a family of 4 up for what it will cost you, you know, for probably 1.5 people going up to a game on a Saturday at full price. So, you know, this is a good time. We're at a good stage in our footballing club time, because getting through to this round of the FA Cup gives other people the opportunity to get up to the ground that can't afford to go on full match day prices. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think there's been 19,000 season ticket holders in my lifetime. I don't remember there being that many season ticket holders ever. So
Never.
The growth is amazing. And like you said, there's lots of kids, there's lots of families, and that's just going to grow then, isn't it? That's just generational then. So it's great to see.
Who was it sent the video out? There was a video the other day on YouTube, and a guy was saying about fan base growth. We are number 1 fan base growth in the last 5 years.
Yeah, we're just ahead of Ipswich, aren't we? Yeah. 11,000 more fans on average. And the reason is we're more successful than they've been for a long time, and that's what people want. You know,
the quality of players, the quality of the football, Luke, the quality of the football we're playing is sometimes off the scale, isn't it? Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes it's off the scale, isn't it?
We've been playing a lot better, and going back to what you're saying, it's growth is. I mean, even going back as far as 3 years ago, you know, you Singers Corner, you could easily buy a ticket in that if you wanted to. Now you can't. You virtually can't now. You know? I think it is. You go there, it's nice to watch it. It's good, you know. So I think people go in there. I see like a lot of different people from where I sit each week in. I've got the normal season ticket holders around me. You see a lot of different people, and you can just see the families there. Like people, they're treating it like it's a day out, and that's what it should be. It should be a day out. Go and watch the game, get behind the team. Let's enjoy ourselves before, and let's enjoy ourselves after. You know, that's what.
That's what Mark Robbins has done, though, for me. For me, like now, football is something to enjoy again. We had so many years where it just became almost like a chore. Like you just think, oh, God, it's Saturday again, lose to this week, and there's nothing to be optimistic about. Whereas now, every game, I'm just excited for, and you feel like we've got a chance in every game. Like sometimes we'll play better than other times. Sometimes things will happen, but ultimately, it feels like it's something to enjoy, and that's what I feel Mark Robbins has done for the club.
Well, even going now as an adult, it feels like it was when I was going back in 86, 87 as a kid, you know, and it feels like that again now, you know, even as, you know, I'm a lot older. It's,
I mean, my boss, he's been up with me a couple of times now. I'm trying to get him to bring his 2 lads up, and they're only 6. And I said, when the weather warms up, I said, we'll get you up there. We'll bring the lads up. They've not been ever to a game. They went to Decathlon the other week by the ground. They're saying, Dad, can we go? Can we go? And, you know, he was explaining that's where I go and we all go. And he was saying that's where they play. And the little boys are going, I want to go. And they're mad on football. They are mad on football, the 2 little boys. They're absolutely, you know, they're just mental on football. And they've never been to a game. I said, but when it warms up, we'll come up. I'll spend the day with you. We'll take them to the family zone, introduce you to the family zone and everything. And I said, then we'll make a day of it. I'll end up going back into noisy corner and, you know, you lot can go in your family zone. But I said, you know, they'll love it. And that's what it's about. You know, little kids are going to Tesco's Arena Park and going, I want to go because they're seeing the ground. And that's what it's about. It's about capturing that audience and we'll get there. Claudia, that comment?
Yeah, Paul Cutterford, it was me who put the fan base clip.
That's it, yeah. And there was this.
And also...
That one.
Oh, there's another one as well. It was Ben H2 named Coventry City best increase in fans.
There you go.
And Assassins Unite. I mean, is this a good way to end the show, apart from naming the spot the balls? Doug King is the key to Coventry's success. Well, I feel he's playing a massive part in it.
Definitely. I think so. Don't you, Vicky?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Luke?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's probably still a few people that say he's a Sisu puppet, but no. It is, I think, because of so many dark years under Sisu, it's almost like for some people, it's really hard to let go. Am I allowed to start believing now?
Yeah, it'd be like a Scooby-Doo baddie and take his mask off, and it'll still be Joyce Sapala all along.
Now, let's give another massive, big congratulations to Josh Eccles, making his 100th appearance yesterday for the Coventry City. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Congratulations. I'm really looking forward to interviewing him next Tuesday, along with my good old mate, Jake Bidwell. I can't wait because me and Jake have got a little bit of banter going about his brother. So I'll tell you a little bit about that on Sunday night. But so interviewing Jake and old Josh Eccles. I won't call Jake Jack this time. Last time I called him Jack. But slip of the tongue, by the way. Also, don't forget, if you want to donate or you want to go on the golf day for George and John's statue appeal, please do get in touch with the appeal. And I think it was announced tonight, 9th of May, Stoneleigh Deer Park. And you can head across there. You can have a team of 4. I think it's £300 for the team of 4. Was it £400? No, £300 for a team of 4. And you get to play with FA Cup legends as well from the 87 FA Cup winning team. They'll be playing golf and all the money goes towards the old George and John's statue. You get breakfast and you get a meal and everything as well thrown in. So head over to Coventry City Twitter page. That is on there tonight. Also, if you want to donate, please do. Please donate. There's the account number for Sky Blue in the community. £5 if you want to donate £5. Or someone messaged us on YouTube as well and said, why don't we donate £19.87? Absolutely brilliant idea. So if you can afford £19.87, then put it into the account. They're at £22,000 so far. So you've got another 65,000 to go. So they're really on the way to raising the rest of the money for the statue. Joe and all his colleagues and all his friends he knows, all the sponsors and that, they've all chipped in. They've raised 117,000 pounds in total already, plus the money we've raised. So we could get, if we can get to that final total of 87,000, be brilliant. And if you donate £500, you can have your name on the stand that the statue will be on. And thank you to Mark Harrington and his mum. They donated £500 last week. So thank you so much, Mark, and your mum. Brilliant stuff. Mark messaged me last week after the show and said that he'd donated it. Right, spot the ball. Are we ready? Okay, spot the ball tonight. So, guys, you have said, Claudio said 2 balls tonight, 17 and number 4. Vicky, you said number 4. Luke said 20. Luke said number 7, and Liam said 21. Are you ready? Here we go. Is there a winner? I don't think there's a winner. 3.
3
tonight. Yeah, there was one down by the advertising boarding. There was one that was not on the stand where the ball sits, but it bounced back out, and the one near the corner flag as Victor Tort was walking over to it. So there you go. 3 footballs tonight. Did anyone get 3?
No, you get sneaky.
No.
No. Number 5, number 19, and number 11. Did anyone get any of the numbers though?
Well, a lot of people said 11. There's quite a lot of 11s.
Yeah.
Scott said 19, so he got 19.
Yeah.
No one said 5 actually, so that would have stumped everybody.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's your answer to spot the ball. So that's it. Yeah, there you go.
I think most people thought you were being sneaky with number 11.
Oh, well, there you go. There you are.
Miles,
Yes.
Can you just answer this? Because it says Dave McGee, Sky Blues Tavern interviews. I wish we could get videos of interviews.
Yeah, we're not allowed, unfortunately. The club have clamped down on it, and we're not allowed to do any videos anymore, I'm afraid. I'm really sorry. We were last season and the season before, but unfortunately, we have been told off. We're not allowed to video anything anymore. So I'm really sorry. Not even allowed to play any audio clips. So, yes, gutted. Very gutted. So I'm very sorry. Who asked that again? Sorry.
Dave McGee.
Yeah. So sorry. I'm really sorry. If you can't get a ticket, then keep an eye out on the socials for the next one. There will be another one in March. So if you get in touch with us when you see it come up, when you see it advertised, say an hour to go or whatever, just get in touch with us and we'll give you a heads up when it's about to go live, and then you can jump on it and get a ticket that way round if you would like. So that's it. That's come to the end of the show. We're all ready to try and get 3 points on Saturday, which would put us right into the mix of the playoffs, as long as results go our way. Yeah, I got mine here. Don't forget the breakfast show on BC Radio on Saturday morning. Yeah, Claudio, 9 o'clock, BC Radio, Saturday morning. Oh, Dave McGee says, thanks, Miles. Shame Club shot themselves. Yeah, I'm really sorry, Dave.
Sometimes, I think.
I really wish we could do it, and we're not allowed, I'm afraid.
It's because some people can't be trusted, that's why, on those nights.
I think it is. Yeah, asking about contract stuff. If you want to join Claudio's breakfast show on BC Radio 9 a.m. Saturday morning before while you're heading off to Stoke, why not tune into Claudio and Liam 9 till 11. I will be live tomorrow night 8 till 10. Dance classics or dance anthems. I've got some new jingles. I'm dead excited to play them. I've been messing around with it this afternoon. And I'm live again on Saturday night as well, 8 till 10. And Luke, go on. Tell us.
I'm live from 10 till midnight, both Friday and Saturday night. Rock show. All rock, metal, all that sort of stuff.
I've made a request. He's going to play it.
You did.
Yeah, make a request. You're going to play it. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Of course.
Luke is joined BC Radio. How cool is this? And anyone who wants to get involved with the radio, you don't have to become a presenter. You can get involved with the backroom staff. We need people who can do social media. We need admin people. We need all sorts. We need people finding us, advertising and everything else. If you want to get in touch and you want to be part of the team at BC Radio, you don't want to be a presenter, please get in touch with us on socials. We've got a Twitter page now, BC Radio Online, and also on Facebook. And we've got a brilliant website. Head over, www.bcradio.co.uk. And we've got two.
I love rock music. Get on there.
They are. They have it. And we've got two surprises coming up very soon in the future. We have got two, not one, two ex-players joining us.
Yes.
So keep a lookout for that one. We can't give anything away at the moment, but we have two. What does BC stand for? Borsal Common Radio, Paul. There you go. Borsal Common Radio, BC Radio. There you have it. So all online. www.bcradio.co.uk.
Don't forget Ken as well.
Oh, Ken. Yes,
Ken.
It's because he ain't here. Yeah. Guess what? Ken's in Studio 2 tomorrow night, doing it live from here. I better lock all the alcohol up, innit? Yeah, Ken will be live tomorrow. Ken will be live 6 to 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm going to have to lock all my alcohol away tomorrow when he's here. Christ almighty. So, yeah, join us. And you can listen live or you can listen to replays on the website as well. Anyway, we're talking about Sky Blue Fans TV, not BC Radio. But thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Brilliant show as always. Thank you, everybody that's watched and commented. You've been brilliant. So many comments. We really thank you so much for your support. You have been brilliant again. And well done to the mighty Sky Blue Army that travelled all the way down to Plymouth yesterday. I'm going to leave you tonight with the outro. But before that, I'm going to leave you with the equalising goal from last night because I think it's cracking and I love the bloke slipping over at the end. It's goodbye from me. Play up Sky Blues, guys.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.